Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, hi, my name is Nima, and on this channel I talk about all things travel and relocation. If that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then do keep on watching. Before we jump into today's video, I would like to take a moment to appreciate everybody who has subscribed to this channel. It means a lot to me and I'm very happy to have you here. You can also share my videos with anybody who you think might benefit from it so that they can also join this beautiful community that we're building over here on YouTube. Thank you very much. Have you heard about the Atlantic Immigration Program or the Provincial Nomination Program? What about the Startup Visa? I know a lot of people do not know that there are other ways to relocate to Canada as a permanent resident besides the express entry route. But don't worry, I'm going to break down all of this in today's video, so stay tuned. Before we continue, I would like to remind you, as always, to smash the subscribe button down below. It means a lot to me and I really want to grow this community. Thank you very much. First up, I want to talk about the Provincial Nomination Program. This is kind of similar to and intertwined with the express entry system that we all know about, but in some ways it is still very different. So let me explain. If you want to relocate to Canada as a permanent resident and you don't necessarily want to go through the express entry route, maybe you have a particular province in mind that you want to settle in, you can reach out to the province through their government website. You can send them an email indicating interest in their province and telling them that you want to settle down in their province. In most cases, if the province is also interested in you as a candidate, they will reach out to you. They would respond to your email asking you to send some documents, maybe your work experience documents, like showing that you have some work experience, showing that you have some skills, showing that you have some education qualifications that are relevant to that province. The province will then analyze and assess your profile and then decide if they want to grant you their nomination. In most cases, the province would require you to open an express entry profile so that they can give you an additional 600 points to add to your CRS express entry score, and then you are almost always guaranteed to be given an ITA at this point. The Provincial Nomination Program is open to skilled and unskilled workers, as well as students who are currently schooling in Canada. Basically, it is open to anybody who is eligible for the Canadian Express entry. So don't sleep on this. Next, we have the AgriFood Pilot. As the name implies, this is an immigration stream that helps certain provinces in Canada to address labor shortages in the agri-food sector. The AgriFood Pilot program provides a pathway to permanent residency for non-seasonal experienced workers in the agricultural sector. So if you want to apply for permanent residency through the AgriFood Pilot program, you need 4 major documents. First, you would need an eligible job offer from an employer in Canada or your educational qualifications. 2, you would need to show evidence of your work experience, which would most likely come in the form of your CV or your resume. Thirdly, you need to show proof of funds. And lastly, you need to submit your language test results. Bear in mind that the amount of money you need to provide or to show as proof of funds under the AgriFood Pilot program is not as much as that of the Express Entry program. So don't shy away from this route because of proof of funds. It is not as high as that of the Express Entry program. Industries that are eligible under the AgriFood Pilot program are the meat production industry, floriculture or greenhouse, and animal production, like cattle rearing and poultry farming. Bear in mind that the AgriFood Pilot program runs until May 2025. So run, don't walk, and go and apply if you have experience in the agri-food industry. Next, we are going to talk about family sponsorship. So if you want to become a permanent resident in Canada and you have a direct relative in Canada, people who qualify as direct relatives as far as the Canadian government is concerned are your parents, your spouse, your child, or your sibling. These are people who qualify as direct relatives. So if you have any of these people in Canada and that person is a permanent resident or a citizen of Canada, and the person is over the age of 18, and the person has the financial means to take care of your needs for a period of time, a certain period of time after you arrive in Canada as a permanent resident, then this person is eligible to sponsor your visa, your permanent residency visa. It's as simple as that. So you can reach out to that person, and I'm sure if you already have this kind of relative in Canada, I'm sure by now you would have started taking the steps to be sponsored by that person as a permanent resident in Canada. If you have not started the process, look into it, talk to your relative, talk to your spouse or whoever it is that you have in Canada as your direct relative and start the process. It is very simple, easy peasy. If you have gotten to this point in the video, kindly click the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you are getting any value from it. Thank you very much. This one right here is my favorite. It is called the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. This program aims to help employers in Atlantic Canada to fill up roles in in-demand sectors. It is also a pathway to permanent residency for foreign skilled workers and people who have Canadian educational qualifications or Canadian educational experience. It is also a pathway to permanent residency for people who want to live and work in the Atlantic provinces of Canada. The Atlantic provinces are made up of 4 provinces. They are Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, and Prince Edward Island. So if you want to live in any of these provinces, you want to live and work in any of these provinces, and you happen to have foreign work experience, skilled work experience, or you have studied in Canada, in any of the provinces in Canada, then you are eligible for this pilot program. The 5th and the final alternative permanent residency route that I'm going to discuss in today's video is called the Startup Visa. The Startup Visa program is for immigrant entrepreneurs who have the skills and the potential to build businesses in Canada. And according to the Canadian government website, your business idea must meet 3 criteria. First, it must be innovative. Secondly, it should be able to provide jobs for Canadians. And lastly, it should be able to compete on a global scale. If your business idea meets these 3 criteria, then you should go ahead and pitch your business idea to an organization in Canada to secure their support, meaning that you must have the support of an organization, a well-established organization in Canada. Secondly, you should submit your language test results, meaning that you have to do the IELTS. And lastly, you should provide proof of funds. This is basically all you need to do to be eligible for and to apply for the Startup Visa. We have gotten to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around until this point. Are there any other permanent residency routes I didn't talk about in today's video? Leave it in the comment section down below. Let's continue the conversation. I really love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video, for giving me just a little bit of your time. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me and I really want to have you here. Give this video a big fat thumbs up. Share the video to anybody who you think would benefit from it, and stay tuned to the channel because I have a lot of interesting videos coming up in the coming weeks. Thank you so much once again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.